EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Play action. Here's Corral. He's got a man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. This defense for the Steelers, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
In today's NFL, when you talk about goals for defenses, and you think that maybe you'd like to hold them under 14 points or so, we think our offense can usually get 17 to 20, so that's a reasonable goal. But when you hold a team under 100 yards of total offense, you're going to win 99 times out of 100. And the one game you lose, you'll know who to blame.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it's second down.
The Ravens hit 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On second down, there's the option going left. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. They go play action with Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Now Jackson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Gus Edwards, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And a short gain here down to the 22. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He will push his way down to about the 14. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Corral.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level.
Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Jackson looking to throw on third. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Jackson.
Able to locate Andrews here on the out route.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Keelan Cole, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Tucker with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In the case of the defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
Touchdown! J.K. Dobbins, a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Corral looking to throw it.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it.
And the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 42 yards out. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Second half starts with a run by Dobbins.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
62 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't it? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him, it should open up things for you.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now it's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. "51 yards on the punt there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. On the play fake, Corral.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. 59 yards.
And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Play action. Now Jackson.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And out across midfield down to the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st.
Down to about the 22 here.
90 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after...
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Miles Jack working free that time to take him down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Gone an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
They're going for it with Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman
from 6 yards away.
And the Ravens are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Tucker with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's Corral on 1st down.
It's caught. Here's Langford.
He's got room at the 30. Down the sideline he goes.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. 63 yards.
And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down.
And this one complete to Doolin.
And some room to roam now. Touchdown.
Ashton Doolin,
30 yards.
And the Ravens are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Corral sets up play action.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, no problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Fakes a handoff. Now Corral to throw it.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. Fourth down, desperation time. Here's Corral. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he is going to have the Steelers' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Here's Corral on 1st down.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Corral to throw, 1st and 10.
That ball caught. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And now off to the races down the right side. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is now 24. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Play action, Corral. Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He wants it all for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Fourth down, here's Corral.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 121 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues. They'll go again with Dobbins.
And some space here.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Baltimore, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.